In 2035, humanity achieved the impossible. After decades of preparation, technological breakthroughs, and countless sacrifices, we made our first step onto Mars. It was meant to be a monumental leap in our quest for survival, a new frontier, a new world. But what if our success came at a price, one we never saw coming? What if Mars, the red planet, was never truly empty? What if it had been waiting for us all along? The dream of colonizing Mars had always been about hope, about escaping Earth's limits. But the reality of settling on Mars turned out to be something far darker. What if we weren't just explorers? What if we were invaders? It was meant to be the greatest achievement of the century, a thriving colony, human settlements beneath domes, sustainable farms, new technology. But soon, the first pioneers began to notice something strange. It wasn't just the bitter cold or the vast emptiness of the Martian landscape. It was the unexpected discoveries beneath the surface, evidence of ancient, intelligent structures buried in the dust of Mars. At first, the scientific community dismissed it. Geological anomalies, they said. A few strange patterns in the rock. But as more evidence mounted, anomalies in the soil, unexplained signals from the depths, and uncharted underground tunnels, the question began to change. Were we the first to set foot on Mars? As colonists dug deeper into the Martian soil, they uncovered something that shook them to their core. A network of tunnels, perfectly constructed, too precise to be the work of natural forces. Something had been here before. It wasn't just a natural formation, it was a design. And the deeper they went, the more it seemed that these tunnels had been waiting for us. Was it evidence of an ancient Martian civilization? Or something else? Something that had been buried for millennia, untouched by time. And was it still alive? The technology they uncovered didn't belong to us. It didn't belong to any civilization we knew. It seemed almost alien. An intricate web of devices, perhaps meant to communicate with something beyond the stars, or perhaps to hide a truth too terrible to reveal. As the colonists explored further, it became clear Mars was hiding something far more significant than anyone had ever imagined. And then, the first strange occurrences began: equipment failures, life support systems malfunctioning, and that eerie feeling, the sense that someone, or something, was watching. The question on everyone's mind was the same: was Mars just a lifeless rock? Or was it a living organism that had been waiting for the right moment to reveal itself? The colonists were not prepared for what they found next. The discoveries were no longer just scientific curiosities. They were something far more terrifying. Unexplained patterns began to emerge in the colonists' behavior. People who had been in the tunnels for too long started to exhibit strange symptoms: hallucinations, paranoia, and even physical changes. And when they ventured deeper into the underground network, they found a dark truthing Mars was not just waiting for humanity to arrive. It had changed us. The planet had begun to alter their biology, reshaping them in ways they couldn't explain. And that was just the beginning. What if the real secret of Mars wasn't its past, but its power to influence those who came to conquer it? By now, the colony was fully operational, but the dream of a thriving human settlement began to fracture. The invisible enemy was Mars itself. The planet was changing the settlers, pushing them beyond their limits, mentally, physically, even spiritually. And with each passing day, the strange occurrences multiplied. There were whispers of ancient Martian technology that could alter the very fabric of reality. Was Mars alive in a way we never expected? What if it wasn't just terraforming the planet, but terraforming us? The idea of conquering Mars became secondary. The question shifted to survival. How long could humanity withstand Mars's unseen influence? And, most haunting of all, could they ever truly leave once they had set foot on its surface? As the colony faced its darkest days, the settlers realized that the greatest discovery wasn't the technology or the underground cities they'd unearthed. It was the fact that they weren't just colonizing Mars. They were becoming part of it. Mars was not a new home. It was a new environment, one that changed the very essence of who they were. Could Mars have been alive all along? A planet that manipulated its environment to suit its needs? Was humanity just a step in Mars's evolution, or had we awoken something we shouldn't have? The colonists had set out to conquer a planet, but they soon realized that Mars had already conquered them. And in the end, the true question remains, what happens when a planet decides it doesn't want you there anymore? The frontier of Mars is still open, but the real question may not be whether humanity can survive. It might be whether we'll ever truly understand the forces at play on the red planet. After all, we may have landed on Mars, but did we ever really land at all? This story of Mars colonization is just beginning, but with every new discovery, we get closer to the truth. The truth that perhaps Mars, far from being a barren rock, is a place with a life, a force, a mind of its own, and one that may not be as welcoming as we thought.